Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
With political realignments gaining momentum and discussions on opposition taking shape across Nigeria, the African Democratic Congress ADC is stepping up efforts to consolidate its base through strategic stakeholder engagements across the country, with the Niger Delta not left out of the brewing political movement. Last week in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, the ADC hosted over 500 political stakeholders from across the 18 local government areas in a bid to strengthen its structure and reposition itself as a credible political alternative ahead of the 2027 general elections.
Talks of a political coalition to unseat the current All Progressives Congress-led federal government are gaining significant momentum. The movement, which started at the national level, is now beginning to trickle down into various geopolitical zones and states across the country. Last week in Calabar, the capital of Cross River State, prominent political figures known to be from parties like the People's Democratic Party (PDP), the Labour Party and others, as well as youth and other political interest groups, seem to be aligning with the African Democratic Congress (ADC), the official platform for opposition coalition. PDP stalwart Right Honorable Bassi Ewa led the call for adopting and strengthening the ADC as the leading opposition force in Cross River State ahead of 2027.
I move this motion that we have accepted as political parties in Cross River State to formally move to join the ADC.
Former Cross River State Governor Lil Imoke, former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs Dr. Usani Uhuru Usani, and others who are part of the movement stressed that their convergence is primarily to offer a credible alternative that reflects the aspirations of Nigerians and indeed Cross River people frustrated with unfulfilled promises and entrenched political failures.
The economy of the country has really gone to a point that is unimaginable, and we also have a challenge of an unresponsive leadership, this new formation, to provide hope, real hope for the future and for the younger generation of the country.
The very philosophy of the formation suggests to you that there is an alternative sought. So what they expect from us is the fulfillment of that alternative. Not just to win election, but to guarantee the security of a younger generation running the affairs of the country with probity and sanctity of purpose.
In a constitutional democracy, there cannot be just one party. Otherwise, you're moving towards a command economy, a command political system, where somebody sits down somewhere and is able to predict the results ahead of time. What we're doing is guaranteeing our freedoms under that constitution and ensuring that we will have a more vibrant and fruitful democracy, all to the benefit of the Nigerian people.
This group, seemingly wary of the current political setup in Cross River and the country at large, insists that credibility and track record, not just party affiliation, should be the true measure of any political ambition. They believe the coalition must adopt this approach if it truly hopes to dislodge the current players dominating the national political space. As coalition talks continue, Cross River and 5 other Niger Delta states remain firmly in the control of the APC, while Bayelsa and Rivers remain with the PDP and Abia is governed by the Labour Party. Nationally, the APC leads with 23 governors. The PDP holds 10, while AKUGHA, Labour and NNPP have 1 governor each. Against this backdrop, Inside the Niger Delta spoke with some political observers here in River State who shared their thoughts on the growing call for coalition as the 2027 politicking slowly gathers momentum.
As we speak, one of the states in Niger Delta is being cheated. That is the state we call River State. Where is the heart of Niger Delta? Where you just come and use a verbal statement to remove a democratically elected governor. So these things goes back to the minds of Niger Delta people to come back to say, no, let us reset under the platform of the coalition, which is the ATC, and they will use to reset this political backwardness that we have faced in Nigeria.
I just see some few politicians who feel mistreated in Bola Tinubu's administration, trying to form a different alliance. I don't think if this is a threat to the already existing political structures in South and in Niger Delta.
So far, the coalition boasts of notable figures like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party's Peter Obi, former Senate President David Mark, and former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, among other prominent Nigerians who have openly scored the current administration below expectations. Undoubtedly, Niger Deltans, like many other Nigerians, have in recent months expressed frustration over worsening economic conditions, which many blame on the policies of the current government. However, whether or not the region will fully align with the growing calls for a coalition-driven change in leadership remains to be seen, especially with nearly 2 years still left in the current administration's tenure.
Inside the Niger Delta,